Hello Stitchy friends, this is Amanda Corbett. I am the creator behind StarlightStitchingCo. It is Thursday, April 20th, and I'm back to share with you a few finishes, what I've been stitching on, some haul. I missed filming the video 2 weeks ago. We had a lot going on. I was kind of trying to get all the Clutch Club stuff put together and shipped out, and I was only stitching on some secret stitching that I couldn't share anyway, and that was all I had done because I needed to get it done quickly, but I'll share that here in a little bit with you now. So I guess let's start off with some previous finishes. I know it's after Easter. I had planned on sharing this in the video that was supposed to happen 2 weeks ago, but I didn't. So this is a pattern from Tiny Modernist. I forget what it's called. Happy Easter, Easter wreath. I'll try to find it and add it in here or in the bottom of the screen here. But I finished this, stitched it and fully finished it last year. It's on a mystery vanilla-ish colored Aida, 14 count Aida that I had in my stash. Don't know where it came from. And then I used some batik quilt fabric just to make a simple ruffle. And I put it on this laser cut Easter egg wreath from Hobby Lobby that I had picked up either last year or the year before, I don't remember which. In the middle it said Happy Easter, I think, and I just covered it up, and on the back I just added some cardboard and a little hanger to hang it on the wall. Very cute, very fun. I'm pretty sure I used the called for colors or the closest I could find to it. So highly recommend if you want some Easter stitching to do next year, or work on it now and have it finished for next year. This is the secret stitching piece that I was working on last time. You can only get it in the StarlightStitchingCo Clutch Club box, and it will not be available as a PDF until mid-July. So this is the secret stitching piece. It is finished on a Barn Star from Scarlet Sky Designs TX on Etsy, and I just painted it red and white and popped my stitching on the front with some ribbon that came from Hobby Lobby. So here's a close-up. We've got a barn sitting in a summer field on a sunny day with some puffy white clouds and a flag flying, surrounded by a border that has the same barn star and some red, white, and blue stripes. So really fun, patriotic piece, and the overdyed flosses just look amazing on that barn and in the barn star. So if you want this pattern, you will have to order the Clutch Club box, which comes with an exclusive cross-stitch clutch with a similar theme, as well as some other stitchy extras and a exclusive needle minder. I do still have some of those in stock that are ready to ship if you would like to order them. But I am just really proud of this pattern and absolutely love it. And what better finishing than to put it on a barn star? So perfect. And I did not coordinate with Scarlet Sky Designs TX on this one. This is just a barn star she already had in her shop. It's the largest one she offers, I think. So very cute. And this is stitched on a 14 count hand-dyed Aida. I included it in the pattern. I don't recall what it is, but I did include that on the pattern. So fun. I'm really proud of it. I also have a finish on Life Needs More Chocolate Bunnies by Hands On Design. I stitched this on a 32 count raw silver linen from Zweigart, so it's got a little sparkle and shimmer to it. I know, I need to get away from this sparkly fabrics, but what can I say? Everything's better if it sparkles. So I mounted it on some sticky board with some coral stripe quilt fabric from my stash, a gray gingham bow with another green bow, and a covered button with a 1/1 carrot. I've not done very much 1/1 stitching, and this was 1/1 on 32 count. So it is a very tiny carrot and very cute. I don't think I could do a whole chart like that because I had to keep very careful attention of where I was at in the stitch, but it made an adorable little button. And this is just on a decorative cutting board that I got from Walmart in their craft section in the wood aisle, and it just seems to fit perfectly. So now I have this done. I'm going to try to, I always say this, I'm going to try to get some more full finishes done because sitting in a box doesn't do any of these cross-stitch projects justice. So let's see, now on to whips. I have my wild chicory. I've been making progress on it. I want to try to have this done before the end of April because during May, during Mania, some cross-stitchers will pick to start a new project every day during May, new project every week. I'm not going to do a new project. I want to do Monogamous Mania, which is you stitch on just one piece for the entire month. And I'll share that in just a bit because it's already a whip and also part of fall. So I've made some progress. I have a lot more of the grass filled in. That's a lot of grass to fill in. I'll try to keep that in mind next time I decide to do a whole bunch of grass in a chart because, yikes, it gets kind of boring. So I have the grass to fill in, the barbed wire to stitch up here, fill in this fence post, and then I'm ready for the back stitching, and it'll be time for this sweet pattern to shine because I know it's just going to look amazing once I get the detail of the back stitching added in. And this is stitched on a 14 count Rustico Ada. This pattern was in the January Clutch Club, and I just didn't have a time to finish stitching the sample, so there's a digital image on the pattern. Anyone that has purchased the Clutch Club previously, I will send out an updated pattern once I get this finished. That'll include the finishing details and the stitched image on the front instead of a digital image. But that pattern is currently available as a PDF in my shop right now. And I have this in my prototype handbag that I love using. Next up, we've had a rough couple of weeks, and I had been spending time over at my mother-in-law's each afternoon last week just to try to help her out. Long story short, she passed away on Monday, and that also happened to be the same day that we had to say goodbye to Sassy, my little miniature dachshund. She was my shadow. So it's been a little rough, and last week was a little rough, and there was one particular night that I just decided that I needed to pull out Oh Holy Night. It's a Christmas piece. It's been in my whip pile for quite a while, but for some reason I was just feeling the need to pull it out and work on it. So this is stitched on a 14 count opalescent Ada that I hand dyed with indigo Rit dye, and I had all of the manger and the baby Jesus done. I'm missing some legs on the manger that I'll have to add in, but what I got done that evening was the start on the hill that the manger is sitting on. So I've made a little bit of progress on that. I know if I just focused on that piece for a week, it would be totally finished because it's not a very big chart. So we shall see. Let's see, I'm running out of room here. The next WIP I worked on, just a little bit, not a whole lot. See if I can find the cover sheet. Is Hive Rules by Primrose Cottage Stitches. And I'm stitching this on an 18 count Zweigart white opalescent Aida. So not a whole lot of progress. I finished picking out the part of the hive that I had stitched because I had stitched it in the wrong color. I had one of my bobbins labeled incorrectly. And I started stitching the hive in the correct color. So not a whole lot of progress on that one. Again, I've been feeling a little unsettled and kind of bouncing around between projects lately. This is an old WIP that I pulled out because, well, here. Let me just share it. This is So Berry Sweet by White House Stitchery on Etsy. It's a PDF pattern, and you can tell my paper is very, very wrinkled. It's been a WIP for quite a while. So here's my WIP on some, is this 14? Either 14 or 16, I don't know which. Probably 14. Count Aida that I dyed myself with Rit dye. This is the WIP. I didn't do anything on this. I got one of the squares done because the pattern repeats in quadrants. So I got one of the quadrants totally done and then got started on the next star, and those stars are just a lot of fill-in. A lot. And I think I got bored. I need to get it out again. But I got this project bag out because I wanted to use the same pattern, but just stitch one of the stars to make into a small for an online swap I'm participating in. So I have the flowers and the leaves and the strawberries stitched. I have to finish filling in this here and do the yellow stitches here, and then it's just back stitching, and then this is ready to be made into a fully finished project for the swap. And that's all I'm going to share because I don't want to give any other details away. I don't want to ruin the surprise for my swap partner. And the last WIP I have, which is also part of my haul, a while ago, Elizabeth Ann Stitch had shared her progress on Teresa Kogut's Land That I Love, which is a gorgeous, patriotic sampler. So I immediately, after watching her Flosstube, went on to 123 Stitch and ordered all of the called for floss, the chart, and my 32 count raw gold linen by Zweigart. And here's my progress. So it's going to be quite a big piece, but I have all of the border done that's on the first page of the chart, plus a little bit more because I went ahead and did that flower. And then I've finished this top line of alphabet that is on the first page, and I'm working on the bottom line. I did make a mistake on the positioning of the V, but I'm not going to take it out, so I just corrected it with the position of my W. It's a little too close to the U by 1 stitch, but it doesn't affect anything else, so I'm just going to leave it because that's how I roll. But the colors are just so pretty on this sparkly neutral Aida. and I am super excited to see this finished. So this is going to be my Monogamous Mania project, is working on this. It's what I've been pulling out a lot lately. So that does it for my whips. And I do have some haul. Quite a bit actually, because I have 2 weeks worth of haul. Don't want to lose anything here. So I got the Classic Colorworks Floss Fix from Fat Quarter Shop. Comes with the colors Barn Door, Barrel Cactus, Bean Sprout Bejeweled, Bella Rosa, and Betty Bluebell. Just to increase my collection of Classic Colorworks slowly. I was looking for some Lizzie Kate. Someone had shared this either on a Flosstube or Instagram, I don't remember which. And it's the Things Unseen sampler, mystery sampler by Lizzie Kate. Comes in 3 parts. So I went on and ordered those from 123 Stitch. That's right, it was on a Flosstube. It was on, I don't remember the Flosstube name. If I find it, I'll put it down here. It was on a Flosstube. It's not the, I think it's the So and So's. I'm pretty sure. But either way, I'll find it and I'll put it down here. They shared this finish and it was gorgeous. So I went on 123 Stitch and ordered all 3 of those patterns. And of course, I was looking through all their other Lizzie Kate patterns. And I picked up this is called Inspiration Boxer. Seems like a funny name. Picked up this one. Says the time is always right to do the right thing. It comes with a button. And I picked up this one, which says, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And this little one, do small things with great love. Those just all seemed really cute. Then I also got in the Color and Cotton April Thread Club, the 10 skeins. Lots of pretty colors to add to my collection of overdyed. I had gone on to Heartland Quilting and Stitching to order some more floss because I thought I was going to run out on my barn quilt project, but I didn't, so that can be added into my stash. And I went on to Fat Quarter Shop to order the Lori Holt Be in My Bonnet Stitch Cards set P, because it has all the sewing themed, and like the little quilt and scissors and spools and a sewing machine. And I also went ahead and picked up this one because it has the cute strawberries and teapot and teacup. So those will be fun. And since I think Color and Cotton had shared on Instagram that they had some grab bags of skeins because they don't match. The colors weren't quite right. So I picked up a few of those. So I'll make sure not to use these in any of my patterns because they won't match the die lots, but that doesn't mean I can't use them in my stash. Look at that really pretty purple and blue. It's like half purple, half blue. And this one. That first one, Storm Clouds. Look at that beautiful gray and cream. And I picked up a piece of 28 count linen, 28 count cashel linen in the color Waterfall. Because you know I love teal and aqua. See the pretty modeling? No particular project in mind, just to add to my stash. because I guess I thought I needed more stash. Retail therapy, maybe? Who knows? So that does it for all of my haul for now. I know I have more on the way because more retail therapy. What can you do when you're just sitting around looking at your phone for a while? The giveaway from last time was this kit for this pretty little bird. It's like a watercolor theme. And the winner of this giveaway is Diane Wilson. So Diane Wilson, I've popped your comment up on the screen. Please send me an email at the email address in the description box below with your shipping address, and I will get that popped out in the mail to you. And the giveaway for this time, once again, I purchased too many. This is a duplicate of something I had in my stash, and it's the Silver Creek Samplers Through the Storms. And it says, no relationship is all sunshine, but two people can share one umbrella and walk through the storms. And that seems to be very fitting for the last couple weeks and the first part of this year. So if you want to do an anniversary sampler or wedding sampler as a gift for someone or yourself, please use the word storms in your comment. Please also be 18, like and subscribe to the video, and live in the US so I can ask you for your address and get this shipped out to you. But use the word storms in your comments. Shop update. I shared on Instagram recently. I have all of the orders of the Clutch Club shipped out. I have shipped out the project bag orders. I am currently working on the handbag orders from April 1st. Yeah, April 1st. And I hope to have those finished and shipped out on Saturday, Monday at the absolute latest. And then next week I will be working on making the clutches from the April 15th release and getting those shipped out by next Friday so you can get those in your hands and use them, because it's always fun to use new stitchy things. Plans. I think I'm going to focus solely on, ooh, sorry, didn't mean to bump the camera. I'm a klutz, I dropped it when I was trying to pick it up. I'm going to try to focus solely on Wild Chicory and get that done within the next week and a half, because it's getting close to the end of April. And that way in May I can focus on just my Land That I Love sampler and see how far I get on that. It is a big piece, but I really want to get it stitched and framed and hung up in my house because I just love all things patriotic, and I'm looking forward to adding that to my patriotic decor. Last tidbit, if you know of any good cross-stitch patterns in remembrance of losing a little pup, I would greatly appreciate that. I'd like to have something to remember my little Sassy by. She was my buddy, so I'm gonna miss her. Not trying to end on a sad note, I just don't know very many dog remembrance charts. Maybe I'll just stitch up the sweater weather pattern that I got last fall and add her and Buddy's name to it. I don't know, we'll see. Either way, I hope you have a fabulous weekend and enjoy the next couple of weeks. Hopefully you've got some spring weather in your area. We've had some thunderstorms last night. Typical spring in Kansas. And yeah, have fun. Get lots of stitching, spend time with family, give them hugs. And that's all I've got. If you have any questions, as always, leave them in the comments below and I will answer as soon as possible. Thank you. Bye.